your mark. Get set.
Congratulations on getting first for my...
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Thank you, Dukasoft. And yes, congratulations on getting first, JD. I know you have ads at the moment, so I don't know if you can see this, but...
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Of course, one per stream. Happy Valentine's Day, Dukasoft.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
I see how it's going to be now. Everything that was supposed to be restricted or limited is now open house. Well, that was an actual stream disconnect. I didn't realise I had a redemption for that, and when I find out... Thank you, JD. Just what we need after an actual disconnect, so yes, thank you. Not your fault, you're typing on too many screens.
Wanted, Bit.ly the Kid. $100,000 reward for his capture.
See, all the first things are coming back now. We've got JD and his toots. We've got Dukasoft with multiple Valentine's
Let it
Day
snow, let
greetings.
it snow, let it snow.
And now it's snowing. Who knew it would be snowing on Valentine's Day? Okay then. Alright. Well, where were we before OBS rudely interrupted me? Alright. We have music back. We have screens back. That was weird. In all the time I've been streaming, I've never had OBS lock up like that. So I'm hoping with the shiny new CPU that's coming tomorrow, everything will be tickety-boo. We shall see. Anyhow, moving on. We were checking how the dog was responding. He did actually walk up to the cage, and he did pause. So we'll try it one more time. While we wait to see if I escape or if I get captured. The dog walks up, gets to the cage side, and goes into his idle state and stops moving. One more test, and stop. Okay, so at that point, it's probably polishing to do off stream is I'll see if I've got an animation where he goes up on his back legs, and then I'll see if I can do that
Oh no,
randomly.
Bit.ly the Kid escaped. No reward for Dukasoft this time.
Sorry, Dukasoft. No cash in your pocket today. Yeah, so what I'll do, because I want to put in as much randomness as possible. Oh my goodness, breaking news. Several injured in shooting near Super Bowl victory parade in Kansas City. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, I'll introduce some randomness to this so that not only is it random whether he jumps up on the side of the cage, whether he... Tyndall, how are you doing? Welcome to my second stream of the day. It wasn't planned, but when the OBS crashed...
Did you know if you rearrange the letters of JDOSDEF you end up with JDODs?
I did not.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, OBS crashed for the first time ever for me. I'm thinking that the PC just said, that's it, I'm overloaded, I've had enough. It's about time you got a replacement CPU. So tomorrow, when my replacement CPU arrives and I fit it, I'm hoping everything is going to be rosy in the OBS garden. So we'll see. My mic is pretty low. Huh. Does anybody else think the mic is pretty low? I mean, looking at the levels in OBS, it does look like it's not exactly booming. Mr. Carroll, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Hoping that Windows don't deactivate. Well, I'm hoping my Windows doesn't deactivate. It is an activated version of Windows. Is that only with a new motherboard? That's a good question, actually. I'm thinking that's a motherboard. It's low relative to your TTS sound alerts and voice mod. Okay, well let's see if we can crank this up a little bit and just tell me if I'm too loud. Hang on. So if I keep talking and then I turn this up slowly, I don't want to make it so it's too loud, but...
Basically, what you're trying to say is that you can't control it.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's the wild colour scheme that freaks me. I mean, when you try and operate one of these weird black controls which are labelled in black on a black background, a small black light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this? Some kind of intergalactic hyper...
Okay, well that can only be Tubby Crumbles. I just turned up my volume on the mic, so let me know if that's still too quiet or if it's too loud or if we found the sweet spot. Back 10%. Oh, okay, I'm a bit too loud now. Eek, eek. How about that? Does that sound good? Did we hit a nice level there or do we need to change it? So one line said there and Tyndall said back 10%. Perfect. All right. So Kitty Tyndall says it's good. Does chef's kiss motion. Mwah. Okay. The screen for Sid Hersey is not working. Thank you. Well spotted, Mr. Curry. Thank you for that. I do have a button so I can refresh the bottom feed on my Stream Deck. So I'll press that. And that's because the warning comes up about a mature stream. So what I need to do now is very quickly jump into my folder where I have a text file of followed channels and remove Sid from there just so that we don't get screens like that in future. So if anybody else sees one like Mr. Karoy just spotted, let me know and then we can take it out of rotation, and that way we'll get amazing streams like Irish John Games right there and DJ Mabel Music. Okay, so good to see you, Tubby Crumbles. Welcome on in. We did it. This is actually my second stream of the day after OBS crashed, but I guess we can call it 1B instead of second stream. How about that? And yes, I don't actually know, Mr. Karoy, about your question. I don't think Windows will have an issue.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Karoy. Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, but I'm hoping that's only with Thank you, P. Gawley. So if I'm keeping count, that's 2 fake disconnects today and 1 actual disconnect. Okay. All right. I think we've got it now. So it could be interesting if my Windows deactivates tomorrow. I have to spend some time getting that working, but hopefully not. I guess we could ask ChatGPT, couldn't we? Show browser. Will replacing a CPU deactivate Windows? Oh, I love it when ChatGPT times out. And try again. This is what Microsoft says about new CPU and Windows 11. The licensing's validity isn't affected by changing the CPU, but it will be if you change the motherboard. But I think you can also activate like 5 computers based on your Microsoft account. Aha. Okay. Yeah, I really can't remember. I think it was last year sometime I replaced the motherboard. I don't remember if I had any Windows issues or not. I know I had some issues trying to get the Unity license working again. That was not fun. Should typically not deactivate Windows, especially if you're just upgrading to a newer or better CPU within the same system. However, in some cases, major hardware changes, including swapping out the CPU, could trigger Windows to require. I love how ChatGPT hedges its bets. Replacing a CPU typically should not deactivate Windows. Swapping out the CPU could trigger Windows to require reactivation. Well, at least that's clear as mud anyway. As long as you have your product code, you should be good. Yeah, I mean, I have the product code and the disc as well, the CD, so I should be fine. But yeah, I just want to put it in, fire it up, and it all works. What I did notice before, when I fitted the bad CPU and it just wouldn't power up at all, and then I put the original CPU back in, it threw me straight into the BIOS because it detected there was a change, even though there wasn't actually a change. So I just had to save and exit, and it was good. Only one way to find out. Yep, and hopefully tomorrow, if the tracking details are correct, that'll be exactly when I find out. Still using my Windows 7 key. It shouldn't be a problem. Oh, you had Windows 7 and then got one of the free upgrades to Windows 10, did you? I remember when they did that. Okay. Thank you, ChatGPT, for nothing really in this case. Show Unity. Show Unity. Okay. So what we can do now is we'll reduce the 50 seconds that the dog stops, and we will change it to 5 seconds and then see if we can get him moving again. Alright, so if we show code, okay, so instead of 50 seconds waiting, 500 seconds even, I'm going to wait for 5 seconds, and then we want to go back to the walk state, which means these two here need to be opposite to what we set them to originally. So we'll change this. Actually, no, we'll leave that one as second. So is idle then becomes false because he's moving again, so he's not idle, and not consuming can move is true because he can move again. All right. So at this point with this code, he should go to the side of the cage. He should go to the side of the cage and then wait 5 seconds and then turn around and start moving again. And as soon as he touches another cage side, which could even be the same side depending on the angle that he turns, he should wait another 5 seconds and then keep moving. Okay. All right. Which CPU is coming, by the way? So the CPU I ordered is an i7-9700F. Not because, oh my goodness, that's some amazing CPU, but that is actually the best CPU I can get that will fit on my LGA 1151 motherboard. If you want to add an American Akita and need pictures, let me know. I have one here to photograph. Also, if you need a Dutch translation, I'm your guy. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, localization is definitely on my list. And while there's not going to be too much dialogue, and I'll say that, but there might be. So I'll have to see how much in-game dialogue there is. Yeah, I might, well, reach out. So thank you for that. Now, Akita. Do I have an Akita? Let's have a look. Do. I do have an Akita. So we change this to prefab. And these are the Akita models we have. So let's put an Akita in the scene. See how it looks. Yeah, so originally I bought the Beagle, which, because this game is
good dog,
show Unity. Originally I bought the Beagle because that's what I wanted to use as the player character, because the game is inspired by, based on, paying homage to A Dog's Life on PS2, and the main character in that was Jake the Beagle. So I wanted to keep it as a Beagle. But I also bought an asset pack which has 13, 14 other breeds. I'm not sure exactly which ones they are without looking through. However, searching for Akita prefabs, we do have them here. Make sure you translate that to all the languages. Good dog. Woof woof bark bark. See? Yeah, I mean, on one of the early streams for this game, we actually tried to look into recreating something like Animalese from Animal Crossing, where we had a cow that...
Woof woof is what a doggy says. In French, that is woofy woofy.
Woofy woofy. I didn't realise you spoke French, JD. That's good to know. Maybe you can handle the French translation. Le Homeward Hound or something for the title. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this Akita. We've got a high poly, in place, level of detail, low poly, and root motion. So the one we will be using is the LOD. So we'll bring that one in, and there is the Akita. So does this look similar to your dog, Mr. Karoy? Wow, Mrs. Bit Gamey is in the house, my one and only Valentine. So I don't know if she's in a position to do the redemption. There is a new redemption which I can go ahead and activate. So let me just do it from here, since there's only one per stream.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mrs. Bit Gamey. Love you loads.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Well, hello, and happy Valentine's Day again, Mrs. Bit Gamey. Love you loads.
I don't know what happened there. I kind of blanked out for a minute. Ah, your toot toot arrives. Yes, don't mess with my toot toot. I hope your day is going well, and I hope you managed to finish early. You'll have to text me, let me know what time you're finishing, so that I can come and... So if you go ahead and send me a text when you know what time you're leaving. Oh, normal time? Okay. All right, well, I will see you later on then. This looks the most like my American Akita. Show browser. Oh yeah, slightly different to the one that's in the game. There might be different skins. Tyndall, is there something you want to share? Is there something I need to know? Or is there something that Mrs. Bit Gaming needs to know if you were talking to me? Thank you, Mrs. Bit Gaming. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Alright, so... Show Unity. Trying to cover his ears. Don't mention the word bacon, Dukesoff, when there's a live pig on stream. But yes, I love bacon too. Cool to see the Amish Dogs live. The ending of that game is weird that they let that in a kid's game. I know. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but yes, I was reminded of similarities to the film Chicken Run, and that's all I'm going to say. Thank you, Tyndall. I love your face. Yeah, but some of these models, they come from, I think, the asset developer is called Red Deer, something like that. And that's who I've got all the dogs from. And also, I think, some other non-dog animals, like cows and farm animals, just for some consistency. And he provides all the animations that you'll ever need. Well, I say that, and then we'll find something that's not in there, like pooping. But there's definitely peeing in there. He provided an animation for that. And I'm not sure if he did have different skins in here. So let me have a look, see where this is situated. Okay, materials. Akita color. Okay, so it looks just like, it's like a bearskin rug, doesn't it? Yeah, just the one skin on this one. I know some of the animals, at least in other packs, if not this one, they have different skins, and so it's the same rig, it's the same model, but just a different material on it, different texture. So, all right. Oh, I guess we can see what breeds we have. Akita, Beagle, Border Collie, Bull Terrier, Bulldog, Corgi, Dalmatian, Doberman, Golden Retriever, Husky, Jack Russell Terrier, Labrador, Pit Bull, Pug, Puppy. Oh, Puppy Shepherd. Might be able to use that next. Rottweiler, Shepherd, and Toy Terrier. Alright, so Puppy Shepherd. We had to shrink the adult Jack Russell down to get him in the cage to look like a puppy. So if we actually have a puppy in here, that will be good. Puppy, prefabs. Where's the LOD? LOD, what have we got? C1, 2 and 3. Oh, okay, colours. So these are different.
You like what you see, huh? You got the good taste.
Oh, Mr. Karoy, thank you for that subscription. Prime Gaming. Really appreciate that. I'm just happy when people show up. So I'm always surprised when people throw bits or subscribe. So thank you very much. Okay, so it looks like we have 3 puppy German Shepherd puppies in here. So if we drag all 3 in, let's remove the Akita for now. And 3 LODs, put those in the scene. Okay. Alright, so we can probably use, if not all 3 of these, maybe a couple of them. 2 on the left look very similar, or fairly similar in colour. They are cute. I think what happens is, I have to draw the line, because I want to buy every single dog asset that Red Deer has, and I just can't. It's not practical. I probably can't fit them all into the game anyway. So I'm trying to be sensible and draw the line at which ones I buy. But when I saw this puppy come up and it was on new release discount, I think 50% off he sells them for when they first come out for the first 2 weeks. I saw that, I thought, no, I've got to have that in the game. So I did get that. But all the others are full size that we might have to try and change the scale on to make them look like puppies. Because when we get these cages working, we're going to have a bunch of these cages next to each other, like alongside each other, on top of each other. And then we're going to have different puppies in them. That's why I'm trying to introduce as much randomness as possible, because it's not going to look great if you have a dozen cages, they have different dogs in, but they're all doing exactly the same movements at exactly the same time. That's not very realistic. So I want to put as much randomness in as possible. Okay, need more bull mastiffs. Did we see a bull mastiff? I don't think we saw a bull mastiff, did we? There was a pit bull, a bulldog, bull terrier. Bull terrier, does that qualify as a bull mastiff? I don't know. There's the Bull Terrier. And that looks like Bullseye from Oliver. I don't know who's seen the old Oliver movie with Bill Sykes in. I know if Yogurt's still here, I'm sure she has. Yeah, I'm hoping that a lot of these will just, since they're adult dogs, will just scale down and look hopefully passable as the puppy versions. Bull Mastiff is more like the beast from Sandlot. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. So yeah, like I say, I mean, the developer probably has a Bull Mastiff, but let me show you. Let's have a chat real quick. Show browser.
Really, the only word for it is...
Thank you so much Travel the World 604 for gifting a subscription to MocoMade.
Oh, Travel, thank you for that gift sub. Yeah, MocoMade is a great arts and crafts stream for people that don't know them. Let me just do a SO. So we can get it working. MocoMade. And they also have some great giveaways. I have a beaded Bit Gamey baseball cap, which normally would cost $250 because it's all handmade and takes so long to make. And I won one on MocoMade's stream. So maybe I'll bust that out one day. I did wear it for a month, since I wear a different hat every month. I wore it for the whole month. And it is in my cap rotation, shall we say. But yeah, I haven't worn it for a few months. Thank you, Travel. Yeah, I was really pleased with it. So let's do a shout out for MocoMade. Yabba dabba do indeed. And that yabba dabba do was because that's my first chat in this stream. That's my sound alert for the first chat.
Hey, Flo.
There we go.
2 minutes before they F it up. Get wrecked. You thought I would F it up right there, Flo. My bad.
Alrighty. Let's have a look, see what Travel's whisper is.
Did you know that y'all just lost the game?
You all just lost the game. If you mean seeing Unity on screen, then we actually... We actually switched to the browser, but based on Balint's response, I'm guessing that's not what you were referring to. So, yes, watch out for the mighty mod hammer. Okay. I'll let those two duke it out. Not relating to Dukasoft at all, but okay. So let's go to my assets and search for dog pack, because I think it's called Big Dog Pack or something. Here we go, red deer. Mind your eyes from the white screen. Oof. So his name is Radic, 3D artist, head the Red Deer Studio. So look, dogs, cats, wolves. You can see which ones I've purchased. So I have the forest animals. I think that was in a bundle once. So some of these animals, we have a look. Some of these animals you might see in the game. And the good thing is that all his models have all the same animations. I mean, I say all the same animations as far as the basic. There's an idle animation, there's a walk, there's a run, that kind of thing. I don't mean that, you know, the deer necessarily has a dog peeing animation. Ooh, swinging that hammer. I hope it doesn't come down. Okay, so yeah, all these models are sold individually, these forest animals, which is why there's a video for each of them. But yeah, he does a lot of cute animals. And what was it JD was talking about? A bull mastiff. Is it going to want 2 words or is it going to want 1 word? Couldn't find anything with 2 words. Couldn't find anything with 1 word. Oh, is it still? I might be trying to look through my assets. Hang on. Let's go to the home screen. Bull Mastiff. No, it's not finding any Mastiff. No. So either there aren't any Bull Mastiffs on the asset store, they're listed as a different breed name, or the person that posted their asset didn't put that in the title or in the metadata when they submitted it to the store, so it won't pull it up. Ooh, fighting talk from JD. So the stream crashed and JD sniped in there with a first redemption. Okay, so yeah, I'm very pleased with Red Deer's animations and models. One of the annoying things, as other users of the asset store, Unity asset store, will tell you, is they don't have a notification system. So if I wanted to know when Red Deer launches a new asset pack, there's no easy way to tell. So what I have to do at the moment, I'm actually in the process of writing my own alert system. But what I have to do until then is I'm following him on YouTube, and what he normally does before he launches, or when he launches a new pack, is he puts a YouTube video up, so I have notifications on his channel. But yeah, low poly models, cats, dogs, sheep, Dalmatian. I just have to be careful because now I've bought that big pack of dogs. Any new dogs that he brings out obviously won't be in that pack, but if I look through and think, oh, I wonder if I can get that breed, I'll just need to check first that I don't already have it, because that would be a bit pointless buying a dog that I already have in a different pack. Need to switch everything to Godot. Yeah, maybe if I had any knowledge of Godot whatsoever, and as big as this game's going to be, if I thought Godot could handle it, then yeah, definitely. Alright, just give me a moment. I just need to check on something real quick. Thank you, JD. Pig beans and fireworks from Pigorley, but a fake disconnect from JD. Bears are basically forest puppies. Yeah. Well, also what I was thinking is, rather than buying all the models all the time of everything, I might be able to get away with certain smoke and mirrors techniques in the distance for some things that I'm thinking of. So we will have to see what happens with those. Just check over here. Something's not behaving today for some reason. Let me just do a little bit of checking here, see what's going on. Things are just creaking under the weight of everything. Okay, so just a reminder, there is a banner at the top of the window about tipping the mods. It's obviously a unpaid role and they do a grand job in keeping us safe in this stream. I'm not sure why my command's not working today. The link for it is right there, and I would like to shout out a big thank you to Travel the World, who just tipped $15. So I don't know why. I'll need to look into why the should be something that triggers on stream when that happens, but it didn't, so apologies to Travel the World. But if we show browser, okay, so we look down here, I get 0 because it's not about me, it's about the mods, and then the mods get 100% of any tips, and 28 or 29 minutes ago, depending on where you look, says Travel the World 604 tipped $15. So $5 a piece to my 3 mods. Thank you very much, Travel. Much appreciated. You're far too generous. Alrighty, show Unity. Okay, so we'll leave those 3 dogs there for now. Proton Fig is in the house. How are you doing, good sir? It's been a hot minute, I have to say. Proton Fig, for those people that are not aware, and I'm hoping the SO command's at least going to work since so many other things are bought today. Okay, it does work. So if you go ahead and click that heart at the top of the chat, you'll be able to follow one of the, is it low-level programming? Is that what it's considered as, Proton? Yeah, look, you can see on screen there. If that makes any sense to you, if you're interested in what it means, and you love retro programming and gaming like Commodore 64, Commodore Amiga, get yourself over there and watch the magic that is Proton Fig and his coding fingers. I think that's what it should be renamed to, really. Twitch.tv/ProtonFig and his amazing coding fingers. I'm going to see if that tag is still available. Yeah, he's working on a racing game. He's still working on the racing game, Proton. It's been a while since I was over there. And he also does chiptune sounds, which is one of my favorites. Definitely a nostalgia trip for me, having grown up with Commodore 64s and Amigas and chiptunes. So yeah, definitely get yourself over there and drop that good man a follow. Okay, so did we update the code? We updated the code so he waits 5 seconds and then he should go back into his pacing, and then when he gets to another cage side he should wait 5 seconds again. Yep, currently doing an Amiga demo for Easter. Ah, okay. Because you were being discussed, I think it was on Jern's stream yesterday maybe, and we were talking about you, and somebody came in and said, oh yeah, Proton Fig just does Amiga, and John was like, no, it does Commodore 64. No, I watched his stream and he was doing Amiga, so I guess that must have been your Amiga demo, and that's what they based your whole workload on. So good to see. Anyway, hope your day's going well. Alrighty, so we're going to hit play and we're going to see if this goes south or if this actually works as intended. Oh, hello, it's a very close-up of Mr. Beagle. Alright, so she'll get to the side of the cage, pause, 5 seconds, start moving again. As soon as he touches the cage again, pause for another 5 seconds. If he keeps doing that, we can move on to the next step. So let's give it a quick test. Fingers crossed indeed, Travel. Oh, and we have a link from Proton. I'll have a look at that in a minute. 3, 4, 5. Move, move, move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move, move, move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move, 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 move. All right, I think we can safely say that's working as intended. I don't really like the rotating. That seems to be a common issue. We had that with the Rottweiler when he was eating and drinking, and that sliding. Look. Oi, oi, oi. Need to find out how to stop the model dead in its tracks and not have it rotating, or I mean, for now, for testing, we're having him do it every time. But if we have it where it's say 20% of the time or 10% that he stops at the cage, then maybe that won't be as obvious. But it works, so that's good. Huzzah! All right, time for a slurp. All right, let's have a look at the wonderful work of Proton Fig. All right, so we have an Amiga Demo Routines MP4. Let me pause the music. Show browser. Show browser. Come on, OBS. The least you can do today for me is to listen after that crash. Okay. Oh, this all looks familiar. Very nostalgic. Couldn't preview file. There was a problem playing this video. Okay, so it won't play it directly from Google Drive. Let's download it. Verify it's you. Yep, definitely me. And it's not going to put my password in there, so show Unity. All right, let me grab my password real quick because it's usually saved everywhere, so I don't need to have it. But I know it's going to put asterisks in, so you won't actually see it. But at the same time, if I accidentally click on show password, that wouldn't be a good idea. All right, so I'll click the music back on while I'm just looking for this. Stand my phone back up. Okay. Because this isn't my normal browser, so I usually have it stored in the browser. I accepted the password, and now it wants the two-factor authentication, of course. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's really me. I'm not just trying to pretend to be me. Don't want to set up any more security things right now. And now it's downloading. Download complete. Show in folder. Igni, keep banging against my chair. I'm trying to see if I can actually show this, because I'm gonna have to do it through a browser window. So if I do that, and then that, and that, and that. All right, I think we're in business now. Let's try again. Show browser. For those of you that still have any hearing left, I apologise. I didn't realise it was going to be quite that loud. All right. Let's try again. And also, let's mute the Spotify playlist. Let's try again. Ooh, look at that. I like that a lot. How long does something like that even take? And is there a whole bunch of math involved? I'm guessing there probably is. Wobbler. Ooh, nice effect. Ooh, sign scroll. I do like those. Nice, very nostalgic. Paint colours, sign a scroller. Running in every frame. Name code. Proton complex. All the characters. And special characters. Ooh, fancy pants shape. Very nice. So are all these demos going to be running individually? And is this just for, when you say it's Easter, a demo for Easter, is it like a commission, or is it just something that you wanted to put together? Look at that. Man, I know how hard it can be getting things bouncing correctly with physics in Unity. I don't even want to imagine what it takes to get it working on an Amiga. Very nice, Proton. Yeah, so if you want to see amazing stuff like that and how it gets created and works in progress, then get yourself over and drop Proton Figure follow. Alrighty. Very nice. And thank you again, Travel, for the $15 tip to the mods. Be able to share that nice and evenly. So the way Pally works, for those that aren't aware, is you go in, you set up your account. Each of your mods has to go in and set up their account, and then you send them an invite. They link into your account, and then you set roles. So I'm obviously the streamer. Then you set up the mods. You can set up VIP roles, all kinds of things like that. And then you go ahead and just set your percentages. So I thought that, you know, since it was a unpaid role, that if the viewers did want to give back, then they have the option. So yes, thank you very much. That's actually my first donation to the mods, so thank you again, Travel. Show Unity. Alright, Muzak back on. So we've got it so when he goes to the side of the cage, he waits 5 seconds. Now we're going to build in some randomness. Show code. Okay, there you are. You caught up eventually. Okay, so instead of every time we hit the cage, we want to say only a certain percentage of times. And the way we do that is we're also going to use random.range again. And we need to put that around. Let's have a look. Blind Cat Studios, welcome on in. Get you a SO before I forget, because I'm usually pretty remiss at doing these things. So Blind Cat Studios is a game developer creating an amazing fish game at the moment. you should totally get yourself over there and watch what he does. I mean, he says that he's a new streamer. He says he's a new streamer, but you know, he's already part of a stream team. He already has a bunch of followers. I believe he's already affiliate. And you know, he also has some amazing graphic skills for creating stuff. So all I'm going to say is get yourself over there and watch his amazing fish game being created, but not tonight. I'm not saying don't watch him tonight. I'm saying he's not coding tonight. Okay, he's actually streaming Skull and Bones. So if you want to just get over there and see what a new streamer looks like, then drop him a follow, get yourself over there, and definitely see what's going on. It's always a good time. He's working on some, well, last time I heard he was working on some new emotes, and by him I mean him and his good lady, since she seems to be an artist extraordinaire, who also streams, Katie, I believe, if memory serves correctly. So yeah, get yourself over there, drop him a follow now so you know when he goes live. And if you want to know what Skull and Bones is all about, which is the new pirate game, which, you know, obviously it's not Irish John Games' Rise of Piracy. It doesn't try to be, because it knows it can't compete, but it does have different gameplay as far as piracy goes. So if you want to buy that game or watch people playing it in the run up to Rise of Piracy being released, then by all means, you know, get over there and see what's going on. So in the meantime, well, I think, because I've been a bit remiss today, like I say, in doing the shout outs, you can also drop Irish John Games a follow, who is streaming at the moment. So I wouldn't recommend you en masse all disappear, close out the stream and go and watch John, but you know, open a new tab, watch John in the other tab, and you know, here he is, look, the Irish heartthrob. There he is, working on Rise of Piracy with his little cat Jam in the corner.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Whoever that was.
Probably me. So yeah, there you go. A couple of great game dev streams there for you if you're not already following them. Okay, so what are we doing with Doggo? So we need to put a bit of randomness on this, but we just need to make sure we put it around the right part of the code. So this is the code that runs all this section here when he does the waiting and then returns to his state of walking again. So what we can do is we say, if we touch the side of the cage, then start the coroutine. So down here we have the coroutine, and this is the part where we want to say, we do want something similar to this line here. We're going to say if random range, so let's say between 0 and 11, and because they're integers we exclude the last number, so it's actually between 0 and 10. So let's do between 1 and 10, makes more sense. So if a random number between 1 and 10, let's say, is greater than 9, so 10% of the time you'll get up on the side of the cage. And we will do this and this and this and this and this and this. Rotate to random angle. Okay, so we just want it down to here. So we start the coroutine, and when we hit the coroutine, so the dog's touched the side of the cage, we're going to start the coroutine. We come into the coroutine, we say generate a random number between 1 and 10, and if it's greater than 9, so there's only 10% chance of that. So So every 10% of the time when he touches the cage, then he does the pausing. So we'll see how that works out, see if that's enough. But if it generates the random number and it's not one of the 10% of the time, then it comes down here and he just does the normal rotation. So I'll give that a test. You should see him pause at the cage side, but only 10% of the time now. Show Unity. Compile, compile, compile. So what we should see now is a combination of what we had when we first started the stream, where he was going between the different cage sides continuously, and where we had it where he touches every cage side and pauses for 5 seconds. We should see a combination of those two. If Unity decides to play it, of course. It's only been 45 seconds. It even tells you how long it's kept you waiting for, which is nice. I mean, it's very considerate of Unity, but how about don't keep me waiting and then I won't need a timer. Oh my goodness, come on Unity. I didn't change that much in the code. Alright, here we go. Play. So now we should see him just pause some of the time. Not very often. Mostly not pausing. So there he goes. Walking around the cage, not pausing. One in 10 time he will pause, hopefully. There, that was the pause, even though he's still moving around everywhere. And there he goes again. So we really need to work on why, when he does pause, we have the sliding across the floor. But we're getting there. There's his pause again, that goes into the idle animation. And then just slides all over the place like the, not the floor is lava, but the floor is ice. That's a bug related to the dish. The dish isn't even in this cage. See, look, perfect. He stops perfectly normally there. So the thing that was happening with the dish was that the doggo hit the edge of the cage. You might be onto something there, because I know when he walked directly up to the water bowl, it didn't seem to do it. It's almost like inertia from hitting the cage and bouncing off. But then why doesn't it do it all the time? Like if you watch him, a minute ago he touched the cage and he was fine. He like froze completely in position like he's supposed to, and didn't have the sliding around on ice like an ice skater. I don't get why it's inconsistent. See, like he's sliding there. It hit the dish and the edge of the cage, doing the routing for turning. Yeah. But with no cage here, makes me think it's a combination of hitting the edge of the cage and changing the animation state. Because there's no dish in here, so I don't think it's dish related. Look, that sliding. Ridiculous. I wouldn't release a game jam game with that bug, let alone an actual game on Steam. Oh, Jack. Should we just call it a feature and put some ice skates on you? Should we do that? Could you freeze the XZ codes when paused? Well, freezing them, I mean, we did so much testing on previous streams with the rigid body. Actually thinking about it, I'm not sure if that was just a rigid body on... What do we have on this rigid body? Yeah, so already freezing rotation on the X, Y and Z axes. I mean, we could try freeze position. It's just so difficult to. I mean, we changed the drag based on a suggestion from One Lion. I've tried setting it to is kinematic with frozen rotation. Welcome in, V. How are you doing? I hope your Valentine's Day is going well. Happy Wednesday to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Thank you, P. Gawley, and a happy Valentine's Day to you too.
You did get 2 redeems because it crashed. OBS crashed, and so when we restarted the stream, since you only get 1 per stream, it says, hey, you haven't used it this stream, so that's why it gave you another one. So anybody that used that redemption on my previous stream before OBS crashed will be able to use it again. Yeah, I mean, we should be able to do a quick test and see if freezing the position helps. It's just really difficult to tell what's causing it, whether it's physics based or whether it isn't, when we've pretty much turned everything off. As far as I think we even destroyed the rigid body at one point. For the coroutines, are you doing a check on the current animation state? Is that a thing you can do? If so, can you make sure that the animation state is one that should be allowed to get the do turn logic? I mean, you can get the current animation state. But sometimes it's not even turning. I mean, when we saw him running around then in the cage, there was one point where he was in his idle animation and he was just drifting across the cage. So he wasn't turning, he was just drifting. Well, let me have him running around again while I just go into the code and make a quick change. Like a physics issue. Run into this with the AI using the no mesh agent hitting the player. Yeah, I mean, it does present to me as a physics issue because it looks like almost like he's bouncing off of somewhere and then like being slid across the ground. But see, look, he's rotating, he's sliding, he's doing everything he's not supposed to be doing, and it doesn't actually happen until he changes animation state. So apparently there's not even a freeze position option in the rigid body as far as referencing it via code. It lets you have freeze rotation, but there is no freeze position, which is interesting. Freeze rotation controls whether physics will change the rotation of the object. Show code. Yeah, all we have is freeze rotation. I get you can't see the drop down, but there's a drop down that gives me options for everything that has freeze in it, and all it has is freeze rotation. See, freeze rotation equals true. You do freeze position. Weird. What about if we show Unity? What if we just do it while it's running? Oh no, I'd forgotten that, Joy. When you set, this is a, I don't know if this is a Unity bug or what it is, but when you do freeze position on all 3 axes, then all the colliders for some reason stop working and it can just move through anything. Fixed it by bumping at the mass. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know if that will help here. Oh, we grab this off the docks. Rigid body constraints, dot freeze position set. Rigid body constraints. Show code. If this is it, how ridiculous that Unity isn't consistent. So they have freeze position and freeze rotation under constraints. However, you put freeze rotation in directly, but it's different for position. So it will be, I don't know where we would put that then, because get component rigid body refers to the rigid body. You've got rigid body constraints. Okay, so we've got constraints. No. Show browser. Freeze motion on the x-axis. Rigid body constraints. Get component rigid body dot rigid body constraints. Well, what isn't that? Show code. It's saying constraints equals
wanted, Bit.ly the kid. $100,000 reward for his capture.
Superstar, why would you do that, knowing I now have to take my glasses off and I actually won't be able to see what I'm doing? Huh? Huh? Well, you have any way to answer for yourself? I don't think so. So we're going to try and do the freeze. But as we just saw, when we freeze on all 3 axes, then it just passes through.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Okay. So let's see if Dukesoft is successful this time. Okay. So this is the test we're going to do. Even though it stops collisions working when we freeze on all 3 axes, I mean, we could probably not freeze on the Y. It's not like it's going to move up, is it? But also, after testing, if it does stop the sliding, we can enable these again as soon as the dog starts moving. So, let's save this. I'm pretty sure the voice commands won't work if I'm a baby. Show Unity. That's what I thought. Okay, so now I've got to stumble through thanks to Dukesoft. And show Unity the manual way. Okay. So now, what we should see on Jack...
Oh no, Bitly the kid escaped. No reward for Dukasoft this time.
What are you trying to do to me, Dukasoft? Me and Porky are not smiling right now. Boo! Okay, so I'm going to hit play, and when he hits the cage side, we should see these three down here, freeze position. They should all get checks in. So, thanks for pulling that up in the the docs, Blanca.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Let's have some snow while we're trying to fix it, or not. Okay, so we'll hit play, and then we'll pause it.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
No worries indeed.
Hakuna Matata.
I hope so too.
Ain't no passing craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Matata. Okay, so as soon as we hit the cage side, we should see those three light up down here. Ding, ding, ding. Actually, no, they won't light up until he goes into the 10% and pauses. So let's wait and see. Get ready, ready. Let's see. As soon as he goes into his idle state, we'll know if it worked or not. It's a 10% chance. It's seeming pretty slim at the moment. There he goes. Now, look at that, still moving. But also, I'm only seeing a freeze on the X. What is going on? Why did the freeze... Maybe you can only freeze one at a time. Why did it only show a check in the Xbox? Xbox! Let's see what I did there. Show code. See, it's like you can only do one at a time. And it only did X because that was the last one that we did. Well, that's a bit stupid, Unity. Start. Freeze. Freeze all. There we go. Freeze rotation and motion along all axes. Who knew there was a freeze all? Look at that. Oh no, sorry, Blancat. I appreciate any help anybody can offer. There's no tag here that says no back seating. Any suggestions people can make to help me out is more than welcome. Alright, let's see if this freeze all is going to freeze everything. I mean, we're already frozen rotation anyway before we even start, but it should freeze all the position. So let's try it. Show Unity. Could freeze all be the answer to all of our problems? Well, not all of our problems, but... Okay, the moment of truth. So when he goes into his idle state, I want to see him stop dead in his tracks. Urgh. I mean, it wasn't terrible. There was still some slight rotation. No, it's still... Let's try increasing the mass, which I think Blanca also suggested. Oh, there he goes, walking off because we didn't uncheck all the freezing. Right, so let's make it a mass of 10, see what happens. Getting close to meeting time, grabbing more water, then losing my ears. Okay, One Line, appreciate it. Thank you for hanging and lurking and being engaging. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't think the mass made any difference. We went from 1 to 10. Oh, there he goes, walking outside the cage. He still rotated that a little bit. I think freezing all has helped. Just wish I knew exactly what would be the cure-all for this. Because at the moment, that was okay, but he was almost dead on to the cage, so maybe that made a difference because there was a collider there. And now he's going to start coming through the cage. What about if we... Okay, so... Oh, I realise he's still looking at the code. Apologies for that. Alright, we'll need to be back in the code right now anyway, because now we need to see if there's an opposite to freeze all. Although we don't want to... Let's have a look. So how do you have a freeze all but not an opposite? Not an unfreeze all. Show browser. In Unity, when you use freeze all for a rigid body, what is the opposite of this? There isn't a direct opposite. Of course there isn't. When you use rigid body freeze all, you're essentially freezing all positional and rotational degrees of freedom, meaning it won't be affected by forces or collisions. To unfreeze a rigid body, you'll typically reset the constraints you've set on it. If you use rigid body.freeze all, you'd unfreeze it by individually setting the constraints you want. Okay, so it's only 2 lines of code. I think we can live with that. Okay, show code. So when we go back to the walk state, that's when we want to unfreeze everything. So let's see if we set it after, if that would work. So if you paste in the right position, there we go. So freeze rotation, freeze position, freeze rotation. Alright, let's give that a try. Show Unity. Is this music too loud or is it just me? It's quite loud in my ears. Right, Unity, carry out and recompile this and then we can test it. So let's disable the rotation to start with. Hit Let's see what he does now. Still rotating. So let's go back to putting the rotation on initially and then not unfreeze the rotation since that's a separate line of code. And let's give that a try. Come on, Jack, give me some good news. Ooh, that looked promising. Tell me that wasn't just a fluke or an outlier. Yeah, maybe should have changed it from 10% for testing. Well, it built up my hopes and then dashed them. Why? We've increased the mass, we've frozen the position, we've frozen the rotation. Can't use his kinematics, he's just going to pass straight through the cage. Oh, we just got a shout out from Irish John Games. We were not long ago talking about him. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to take the streams I follow at the top and it's supposed to put anybody that shouts me out into there, but I don't think it's going to do that because it's for some reason it's not working properly. Nope, it's gone to Revere. So all right, I'm going to grab another coffee and hopefully that'll give me the buzz I need to have some more thoughts about this and see how we can get it resolved. So I will BRB. They're talking about StreamerBot on Irish John's stream. Interesting. All right, thank you, Dukesoft. I will BRB.
When my wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo, I had to put my foot down.
Alright, that's enough 1942 for now. Alright, so for inspiration I have a steaming hot cup of coffee and a donut. Not very often we get donuts, but we got donuts this morning, so I'm going to chow down on this, see if some coffee and some sugar from the donut will help me fix this issue. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it doesn't quite work, other times it's just, I mean, it's like it's walking sideways. Yes, Travel the World is very generous, Dukasoft, and we had a little chat about it earlier. You must have been otherwise engaged. For some reason the Pally alert didn't trigger on stream. There's a few things not triggering, like the text from the dad jokes. But we did pull up the Pally window because Travel sent me a whisper to see if it went through. So we pulled up the dashboard and we saw it had gone through. And $15 splits quite nicely between three, so yes, $5 a piece. Much love to Travel. Travel, who bought me a hat recently for my throne list and has ordered me another item which I think is arriving today, of which I have no idea what it is, but yes, she's definitely generous to a fault. Just extreme testing now. I'm just whacking up some of the values, see if it makes any difference. Ooh. That was a good one. Let's see if the next one's a good one. Well, of course, the next one's a bust. Just raises my hopes and then just dashes them as quickly as it raises them. What is going on? I don't think it's too long. I think it's only a few weeks travel, because based on the last payout I got, which was from John's stream, it only seemed like it was a few weeks. But you should see it, Dukasoft, you should see it as a balance when you log into your dashboard fairly soon, if not already. Yeah, I think you're right about that. See, that one worked okay. That one didn't. Why can it not just either consistently work or consistently fail? That one was okay. That one was okay. That one was okay. That one was okay. 10, 50, 50. Set them to that and give them a test. Updates every 4 hours. Your next payout date is 12th of February. For available balances at least $10. Somehow I think it's past 12th of February. Have you had any payouts yet, Dukesoft? I'm guessing your balance is over $10. It is now. See, if it only went over $10 today, I don't know why it's saying, I don't know why that date is off, but if 12th was the payout date and you only gone over 10 today, then I guess you'll just get paid out at the next payout date. That one was okay. That one wasn't. I think for now I'm just going to have him not moving around too much, because I think if we next stream or next dog stream, which will be Monday, because the next stream for me, although it's on Friday, will be working on my side project. No, we can't. I'm not going to be happy until we stop him from rotating. Anonymous? $20? What? Thank you very much, whoever Anonymous is, for that tip to the mods. Oh my goodness. Very generous. It's turned into quite the pally stream for the mods. Thank you so much. Don't know why that trigger didn't fire before when Travel the World made the donation. I think it was all probably linked to OBS creaking and then finally crashing. My goodness. Very generous. Travel the World and Anonymous. Thank you. Okay, well I think I'm probably going to call it a day, because this is one of those things that just, the longer you spend on it, the more annoying it gets. I mean, if we think it might be physics based, then do we do something like put a plane in the bottom of the cage and then put a physics material on it with a lot of friction? Is that what we need to try next? Well, let's just try that real quick before we raid out, see if that helps any. So let's see if Ninja Gloppy, Rocket League Jedi, how are you doing? Astral Photography Guru, welcome on in. Let me give you an SO. I'm sure you're probably following Ninja Gloppy already, but if you're not, he has a shark themed stream where he plays, as you can see there,
unfortunately,
look, plays Rocket League.
Today through Wednesday is going to be like all cloudy.
Takes some amazing pictures.
Yeah,
and just returned from being on safari and had some amazing safari pictures.
He left? He left because he got dunked that hard?
I haven't seen that effect before. What was that? Like a fish tank effect underneath the play space. That's different. Alrighty. So what are we doing? We're putting a plane down and we're going to put a physic material on it and we're going to see if that makes any difference. I have my doubts. I'll be very, very surprised if it fixes it, but you know what? If we don't try it, how can we rule it out? So we will do create 3D object plane and we'll call it non-slippy. I think we need it to be quite as vast as this. So we'll go ahead and shrink it down. Still be, oh, why would you, what? Oh, because we have it still set to constraint. Okay, so 1 on the Y. So let's just have it that size, that's fine. 0.5, 0.43225. Okay. Oh, it's that specific stadium, Aquadome. Okay, that makes sense. As we were saying earlier, Blind Cat Studios, who was in here, is actually working on a fish game himself. This looks pretty cool. Alright, so let's get a physic material on here. So we go to Assets, BG Materials, Create, Physic Material, call it non-slip. Okay, so we're going to have bounciness as 0, we're going to have dynamic friction as 1 and static friction as 1. And then the non-slip material we're going to put onto the plane we just created called non-slippy. Okay, so on the mesh collider it's put a material called non-slip, which is a physic material, so in theory nothing should be able to slip across it now. So let's see what happens to our boy Jack. See if he's still sliding around like he's on ice, even though it actually looks like he is on ice now. When he goes into his idle animation, we just want him to stop dead in his tracks. We don't want him to be sliding around. Well, here we go. My hopes are raised again. We're going to dash them on the next time. 2 for 2. Well, we'll ignore that because he didn't really move too much on that one. I'm going to go 3 for 3. If he goes 4 for 4, I'm considering it a win. course, he only does it 10% of the time when he touches the cage, so... I'm going to consider that a win. I think with the increase, what I'd like to do now is start removing or undoing some of the things that we put in place, so that we're not throwing a whole bunch of things to try and fix it if the one last thing that we added did fix it. Because remember, whatever fixed it, I need to be able to replicate for all the other dogs that are walking around in an enclosed space. So if I can just take everything else off that we did and it just be the physic material on the ground, then I will be happy. Instead of having to freeze rotation, freeze position, all the other stuff we did, increase the mass, increase the drag. Give it one more try. At least we have him walking in different directions now. He's not just walking around in circles like he was at the start of the stream. So there's that. Ah, I did it again. Okay. Well, for now, I'm going to show code. Jump into the code and take out the freezing, removed as test. I'm going to put on the end, or test, you know how you spell it. Setting to idle, that's fine, that's normal. Removed as test, removed as test. Do you know what might be causing it? I may or may not have suggested this before. It could be because we're using do tween and a do rotate, in that it gets to here. So assuming we hit the side of the cage, it comes to this coroutine. It then runs through and says, okay, generate a number between 1 and 10. If it's greater than 9, so basically if it's 10, then do all this stuff to make the dog pause. But when it's finished doing that, it then goes on to say, okay, let's still see about turning the angle of the dog. I'd travel with all the dogs. Imagine if you're a dog walker and you had all those dogs to walk. So I'm wondering if we... No, because we wait 5 seconds, don't we? So we're not actually moving on and processing anything else. We shouldn't be. So when we hit the cage side... What if we make this an else? Is that going to mess things up? Let's try this. Show Unity. So I've taken off doing anything with the rigid body constraints in code. Let's uncheck freeze rotation so we don't put any constraints on there at all. Let's try that. At least those don't poop. No, you make a good point there. They do not. I mean, there's probably animated emotes that show some that do, but not mine. No, that clearly didn't work, did it? It's difficult to tell, and I think it's going to be even harder to put code in to check this, to determine when the dog gets to the end of the do rotate. Because if he touches the side of the cage and then he starts rotating, and then he touches another cage side while he's still rotating, but it's the 10% of time that he should be still, and he could still be rotating in the background from the do rotate previously. See if we can rule out it being do rotate. So this is the one that turns the dog around. So let's comment that out. Transform dot rotate applies a rotation of all angles dot z degrees around the z-axis. Blah blah blah. Okay. We do rotate vector 3. Turn angle. Do vector 3 x y. It's on the y. Rotates the object around the given axis by the number of degrees defined by the given angle. See what, oh, I just realised you're looking at Unity, but let's see what that code change does, if that makes any difference. Definitely won't be a smoother turn now, might be a quick snap. Yeah, so it's not actually a rotation as such now, it's just a snap to it. So let's see if that makes any difference. Well, seems to have fixed it. Apart from the obvious looking awful. So what we might need to do is turn the dog quicker. Show code. So this is the code I put in instead of the original do rotate, which is up here. So we comment that out now and go back to the original code. And let's speed it up. Instead of 2 seconds to turn, let's say half a second. See if that makes it look like he's got whiplash. Show Unity. I think what we need to do is take that else out of the code that we put in, thinking it would help, but it actually didn't. Let's try again. See, it's fixed it. That's what it was. It was the do rotate taking too long to complete the rotation cycle, and regardless of what was happening to the animation, the dog was still being rotated to the point he needed to be at. I think we've cracked it. Bedtime for Dukasoft. Well, thank you, Dukasoft, for all your modding today, and thank you for everything you do for the stream. I'm glad that we had a couple of donations there, a $15 from Travel the World and a $20 from Anonymous, so I really appreciate those. Give some thanks back to the mods of the stream. Yes, just in time to see it, one line. So did you hear what the issue was, what the fix was? Or did you just get to see Jack in his prime working and stopping dead in his tracks as he's supposed to? You did, okay. Heading out to Noms. That's a great night, Duka, and Travel the World again. Ciao for now from me. Alright, one line. Thanks for the raid. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. And I'll hopefully catch you on either yours or my next stream. Enjoy those nom-noms. Look forward to see it working with the bowl too. Yes. Yeah, me too. How long have I been going for? 3 hours 10 if we had both streams together. Yeah, I might just try that before I raid out. It's definitely fixed it. It wasn't physics based after all, so we shouldn't need the non-slippy floor anymore. No, it's just doing what he's supposed to do. I just don't know now. He turns around very quick. I'm not sure that might be a bit too quick. I might have to slow that down, but as long as... Do Do you know what? I think there is something in Do Tween where you can kill any tweens that are currently running. That's going to be what I'll try next. Let's do that. Alrighty, thanks again, One Lion. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy that food. Okay, show code. So we're doing the rotation there. So show browser. If we look at the Do Tween documentation, be sure it has the word kill in it.
Welcome, friend. I've been expecting you.
Dork Toast, how are you doing? Happy Valentine's Day to Dork Toast and the Raiders. Welcome on in. Thanks for stopping by. Being raided by VR Vikings. How was your stream today? What did you get up to? Spill the beans. I actually follow you, so you will appear while I'm streaming under streams I follow at the top of the screen. So while I don't really have time to focus on that while I'm streaming, it does give some visibility to my followed peeps. Arr! Domino Mood, how are you doing? Good to see you. So, Dork Toast, what was going on today? What was the hip and happening stuff that was going on in your stream? Tell me, all the good stuffs. So, for those new to the stream, my name is Lee, aka BitGamey, and I normally work on a game called Homeward Hound, which if I show Unity, this is Homeward Hound here. We've been working on a particularly tricky issue today of when the dog is supposed to stop and be stationary, actually just keeps moving and rotating. So we finally fixed that about 5 minutes ago. Our trailer and demo hit Steam a few weeks ago. Oh, nice! Please go ahead and post the link. Because wish lists are everything when you get on Steam, so absolutely throw it in. I for one, if I haven't already wish listed it, will be first in line. Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle Earth, Supreme Pizza with Strawberries, Tea. Also hi. Hi, Shadow X Carnage. Good to see you. Supreme Pizza with strawberries. Strawberries on pizza. I have pineapple on pizza. I'm one in the camp of, yes, pineapple should be on pizza, but strawberries? That's a new one. Alright, so let me pin that to the top of the chat and we will show browser. Alright, info hazard. Let's turn off this lovely, not so lovely music. Ambient gold will have to wait.
I thought you said this place.
We're going to start from the start. Thank you very much. We're not going to start.
Thanks for the follow.
Part way through. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Pepperoni and pineapple is great. I don't like pineapples. So is strawberries like a normal thing for pizza and I've just missed out? Or is that just a personal thing you decided to try and it worked out?
The place was deserted.
It is.
Well, what is that?
How do you even get these back to the start? Why is it not letting me drag it? Well, we'll just refresh the page then. I'll show you. Okay.
I thought you said this place was deserted.
It is.
Well, what is that?
As the Hume level fluctuates, you may experience some distortions.
So you're saying it's not real?
That is a complicated question. But in short, regardless of its realness, it is no less a threat.
shout out while watching this. If you're not following Dork Toast already, get yourself over there. Drop and follow. Oh. Oh boy. I forgot it was going to give us a clip.
I don't even know. It's so tired. I'm so tired.
You just love when you do things like that and someone decides to clip it.
I don't understand.
Actually, never seen anyone else do it, but I tend to put jalapenos and strawberries on my supreme pizza together. That is an interesting combination. I just noticed in the trailer, Hume isn't featured. I'd try strawberries on pizza. I'd try anything on pizza once. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. You know, I'll definitely try something once. Who knows? That's how you find out if you like new stuff, right? Okay. He doesn't look particularly friendly. Oh, definitely not friendly. Zoinks. That is nice. I like how that looks. Yeah, that's real nice. Alright, so you've got the link. You know what to do, peoples. Top of the chat. Get on here and I'm going to copy this URL. Put it in my other browser because that's where I should be logged into Steam. Let's see if I already have it wishlisted, which I might do because I am following Dork Toast. I am logged in and there's an add to your wishlist button, so I am not, which is terrible. And it has a release date. How solid do you think this release date is? December the 20th?
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
Some people just put coming soon and other people put spring of a certain year or a season.
I thought you said this place was deserted.
Oh.
It is.
It's still deserted.
Well, what is that?
What is that? I love the voiceover. Did you get professional VO for that?
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
The demo is nice. It's like 5 minutes long. Ah, okay. Van Dict Void. Oh, come on in. Not solid. It's going to depend on the Kickstarter in the fall. Oh, you're in a Kickstarter too. Okay. How far along are you with the Kickstarter? Have you got anything up in draft yet, or have you not started working on it? If it's going to be in the fall, you probably haven't started yet. Have some professional voice actors. Nice. Yeah, definitely shows. I mean, that's a real nice trailer. I like that. It's almost a teaser trailer. You like kind of walk around for a bit, turn around and get jumped on. I like that. Dark Mind. How are you, Michael? Good to see you. Mostly hyping it up and finalising rewards. Ah, okay. I'm guessing there'll be stretch goals too for when you blow through your getting fully funded. There's a couple of Kickstarters that I'm watching at the moment. So I'll go through these screenshots. It's nice. I like the atmosphere of this. Yeah, that lighting. Very nice. Okay, so I've added it to my wish list, and if it's not available by December the 20th, then I'll be knocking on your door saying, excuse me, Dork Toast, you said December 20th. Look, I have a screenshot here. This game plans to unlock in approximately 10 months. It's official. You heard it here first. Same, I'm at 8 ads within 1 minute. That doesn't make any sense to me. I have my ad set. So it shouldn't do stuff like that. If you've turned on the auto ads thing Twitch put out, it will play a bunch of 1-minute ads in the first 10 minutes. Auto ads. Alright, well, I'm going to take a screenshot of your message, DuckToast, about auto ads. I'll look into that after the stream. Because, as you probably know, as a streamer, what you get from ads is so negligible. If it's going to start being intrusive, then I need to get on that. Alright, I'll check that out. End up just turning ads off on mine, other than when I manually do an ad break. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll come to that where I either have a button on my Stream Deck that starts an ad. Absolutely not worth losing viewers. Like I say, for the minimal amount that you get from ads, it's not like I can say, oh, well, you know, if I lose 1 or 2 people because they watched an ad. No, I'm not about that. It's not based on your ads, it's based on Twitch's new policy to gain revenue outside of streamer payment. So you're saying regardless of what you have the ad settings set at in the creator dashboard, Twitch is still pretty much going to do its own thing anyway and up the ads, which is a bit ridiculous because, you know, if you don't have control over the ads in your own stream, then what's the point? I know originally when I enabled ads and they said, oh, if you know, do this many ads per hour, do like a long section of ads, like if I go on my BRB screen or on my starting soon screen, then, you know, viewers won't see ads for an hour. And that seemed to work, but now it seems like DuckToast hit the nail on the head. It is a mess. Smaller streamers, yeah. Twitch Turbo, yeah, they're definitely trying to steer people into that. And you know, it's nice when people do sub, but I hate the idea that people think they have to sub just to enjoy their stay here because, you know, you're pestered by ads every few minutes. Alright, well, it's definitely given me food for thought. I'm going to look into that after the stream. Put it on my to-do list. Okay, so if you haven't wishlisted this already, it's still pinned at the top of the stream. You still have time at the top of the chat window, so definitely get this onto your wish list, and then maybe DuckToast can let us know when the Kickstarter goes live. Do you have anything on Kickstarter yet, like you can send out to people, like a link where they can watch for when it starts? I think that's a thing on Kickstarter, isn't it? At least then we can give it some publicity. Show Unity. Okay, so now we've fixed the issue. We don't need the non-slip material anymore. Get rid of that. Ah, perfect. Alrighty. Show browser. Alrighty, notify me on launch. I thought they had something like that. Okay, so I'm not obviously logged in. This is my streaming browser. I'm not logged into Kickstarter on this browser. So let me jump across to the other browser, which I should be logged in on, or if not, at least I've got a saved password. Login. Login. Of course, two-factor authentication on even when you blow your nose these days, it wants a code. Alright, send a code to my phone. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Submit. Remember this computer. Two-factor authentication successful. Good. Notify me on launch. I was the 191st follower. Excellent. All right, so Kickstarter should send me a nice little email now when that launches, and I'll be able to see what's going on. Excellent. Alrighty, thanks for that. Show Unity. Okay, so we pretty much spent most of the stream, if not all of the stream, trying to fix the rotation issue, and in the last 30 minutes managed to fix it and tied it down to an issue with using DoRotate from DoTween. So that's sorted out now, so we can remove all the restrictions, constraints that we had on the rigid body. We don't need the physic material on the floor because we didn't know if the dog was sliding around because of that. So what we did look into right before the raid came in is killing the tween when the dog is supposed to be stationary. So even though it might be still moving him as part of the sequence, it actually stops it dead. So it's around it if you use OpenGX web browser, can all the force ads that Twitch does. Your ads should pop there. Ah, okay. You too, Dork Toast. Yeah, I appreciate the raid. Thanks again. It's always good to see the new projects. I'm not sure why I haven't seen more of that, because you are on my streams I follow, and we've probably seen you pop up a few times when you were live at the top of the stream window here. So I don't know if I have my notifications not on, but I'll definitely try and get to your next stream. Alrighty, well, we're going to be raiding out in probably 5 to 10 minutes. Just want to see if I can test this DoTween kill thing to see if we can get it working as we need it. So let me go back to DoTween documentation, show browser. Okay, so we were looking for kill in here. Looks like we have 14. So set auto kill. On kill, change callbacks. Controlling a tween, here we go. Many static methods, each of them comes both in an all version like DoTween.killAll, which applies to all existing tweens, and a simple version DoTween.kill my target or ID, with a parameter that allows you to filter operations by a tween's ID or target. ID is set manually via set ID, or target is set automatically when creating a tween via a short.
Get hyped for Clayman_dev.
Okay, so that's one of the random shoutouts we have every now and again for subscribers. For some reason, my bot has decided to stop posting in chat today, so I wonder if it needs re-authenticating in StreamVODs. It could be a thing, couldn't it? Let's have a look. Accounts. No, looks like it's logged in. That's weird. It's probably connected with the crash we had earlier in OBS. It's decided not to talk anymore. Toast had the same issue. Oh, really? That's interesting. Maybe it's not just me then. Yeah, so when you do things like the dad joke redemption, it's supposed to put the text of the joke in chat, and it doesn't. Nothing happens. When we get those random shout outs for subscribers, it's supposed to put the details in chat. Nothing. So, yeah. Been a few glitches today, has to be said. Okay, so we need to look more into this DoTween kill all. Don't know what the scope of kill all is. Remember that to use these methods on a tween after it has ended, you I have to disable its auto kill behavior, otherwise the tween is automatically killed at completion. So we don't want it to complete, we want to kill it before it completes. Kills the tween. The tween is killed automatically when it reaches completion unless you prevent it using set auto kill false. But you can use this method to kill it sooner if you don't need it anymore. So I guess just do tween.kill all. Like I say, I don't know. I'd like to know what the scope of this is. I don't want to kill all tweens in the scene. If we've got lots of dogs in lots of cages running around, I don't want suddenly everything to freeze. Co-routines, wait for kill. My tween.wait for kill. Waits until the tween is killed. No, we don't want that. Show code. Or don't. Show code. Okay, so what we need to do is once we're inside this loop, we're not increasing the rigid body position anymore. So we need to kill the running tween. So if we do tween dot kill all, kills all tweens and returns the number of actual tweens killed. Okay. So we fixed the issue that we had pretty much the whole stream by reducing the amount of time we took to turn. So if we change this back now to 2 seconds, let's see if using the kill all allows us to have the same slow turns that we did have, but also
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
not need to turn the whole way around if he touches the side of the cage. Oh, you landed in the snow pile, Travel. Okay, so show Unity. Alright, so let's see now if using the kill all on do tween stops him from sliding when he does the rotation. So 10% of the time when he touches the side of the cage, he should go into his idle animation. Then stop rotating. Let me just let these dogs out so they don't yap it up on stream, and I will be right back.
Operation initiated. You succeeded in demolishing the communication setup, cutting off the enemy from rescue.
Operation Wolf. I like that game. Okay. So what we'll do, let's just stop this for a minute. Start it again. In fact, let me update the code real fast. Instead of making it 10% of the time, let me make it 50% of the time. That he should pause when he touches the side of the cage. Make it easier for testing. I've got a 50-50 chance now whether the cage will, or whether he'll stop in his tracks when he touches the side of the cage. Okay, Jack, show us what you've got. Stop. Starts moving again. Stop. Looks like this Kill Tweens is working. Alright, that's working. Let me just make a quick note of a couple of things to check offline. Check that each dog's onions are not affected by the others. And check if all now fixed. Alright, so a couple of things to check offline. We'll go ahead and jump over to the stream ending scene. Okay, so I added something to the stream that, other than the Pally section you can see at the top, it should have, when we switch to this scene, put the raid copy pasta text into the chat, but as we've seen, the bot is not working for some reason. I need to fix that offline as well. Let me just add that to my list. Fix bot in chat. Okay. And let's have a look, see who we have on my list of streamers I follow, see who we're going to raid across to today. Oh, looks like Irish John, who we saw earlier, Irish John Games, is still streaming, so we'll go ahead and raid on over to him today. Hopefully he's not about to raid out. Let me just have a quick check. Nope, seems like he's in the thick of it, even though he's been streaming for just over 3 hours. So we'll go and show Irish John some love today. Let me just put it in the chat real quick. Okay, so there's some copy pasta text. If you want to paste that, we go across to see Irish John. I just want to thank everybody today for stopping by. The generosity always amazes me. The subs, the resubs, the amazing donations we got through Pally to the 3 mods is always appreciated. One of which is Irish John Games, of course. So yeah, as the schedule says there on the right hand side, I will see you on Friday, which is the derail day, so we won't be working with dogs. That's just on Monday and Wednesdays, and we will be working with zombies. So if top down zombie shooters are your thing, hopefully see you at 1:30 Central Time on Friday. Like I said, text is in the chat if you want to go ahead and paste that when we go over to Irish John Games. Of course, creating Rise of Piracy, and has landed himself Microprose as a publisher. So we'll get over there and see what he's doing today. So thanks everybody, and thanks for the raids, and I will see you hopefully next stream. Thanks, bye.